Warren Buffett collects billions of dollars in dividends every single year. In fact, Berkshire Hathaway, his company, pockets more dividend income than most countries make in taxes. But here's the strange part. Buffett has never once paid a dividend to Berkshire shareholders. Why does the world's greatest investor love receiving dividends but refuses to give them out? Stick around, because this paradox reveals the secret to how Buffett built one of the largest fortunes in history, and how you can apply his strategy in your own portfolio. Buffett is obsessed with dividends, but only when he's the one collecting them. Berkshire Hathaway owns giant stakes in companies like Coca Cola, Apple, American Express, and Chevron. These businesses consistently send out cash to their shareholders. And for Buffett, that means billions flowing in without lifting a finger. Berkshire bought $1.3 billion worth of Coke stock in the late 1980s. Today, those shares bring in over $700 million a year in dividends, every year, on autopilot. That's more than 50% annual yield on his original cost basis. Imagine getting back half your investment every single year, just in cash. That's the magic of dividends in time. Buffett calls Coca Cola a forever stock, and dividends are a big reason why. But here comes the twist. Despite his love of collecting dividends, Buffett has never allowed Berkshire Hathaway to pay one. Since 1965, not a single dividend check has been mailed to a Berkshire shareholder. Why? 1. Buffett believes he can compound money better inside Berkshire than shareholders could on their own. 2. He prefers using profits to buy businesses outright, like Geico, BNSF Railway, and Dairy Queen. 3. Or to buy more stocks that pay Berkshire dividends. 4. More recently, Berkshire uses cash to buy back its own shares, boosting long-term shareholder value. In Buffett's mind, if he can grow your dollar at 15% a year by reinvesting, why would he hand you cash to reinvest at maybe 6% or 7%? He calls it capital allocation, and it's one of his superpowers. So here's the paradox. Buffett loves dividends when he's on the receiving end, but avoids paying them when he's the one writing the check. In fact, Buffett has joked about this. In 2013, a shareholder proposal suggested Berkshire pay a dividend. Buffett put it to a vote, and shareholders voted against it by 98%. Buffett argues shareholders can create a homemade dividend anytime by simply selling a few shares. If they want income, they can generate it themselves, but if they don't want income, Berkshire reinvests the profits for them. Think of it this way. Buffett wants maximum flexibility. Dividends lock you into a commitment, but reinvested profits? That's pure optionality. So what happens to all that dividend cash flowing into Berkshire? Buffett doesn't just let it sit around. He puts it right back to work. The Coca Cola dividends get funneled into new investments. The cash from American Express helps fuel even more growth. All of that money gets recycled, keeping the Berkshire compounding machine running stronger and stronger. In a way, Buffett treats dividends as free cash flow for Berkshire. He doesn't rely on borrowing or debt. Instead, he lets other companies send him cash. Then he recycles it into even more income-producing assets. It's like using other people's dividends to grow your empire. Now, what can we learn from this paradox? 1. Dividends are powerful when you're the collector. They provide steady cash flow, especially when reinvested. 2. Reinvestment can be even more powerful. Don't chase dividends blindly. Sometimes a company reinvesting in itself creates more value than a payout. 3. Flexibility matters. Buffett wants control of capital allocation, and so should you. Some income now might be nice, but long-term compounding is what builds generational wealth. The takeaway? Collect dividends from great companies. Reinvest them. And when you find a business that compounds money at a high rate, like Buffett does with Berkshire, don't be upset if they don't pay you a dividend. That might actually be the smarter move. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more investing insights.